When my dad didn't show up to my husband's funeral because he chose to be at my brother's Super Bowl party, he deeply regretted that decision. I was an only child, and I always thought that my dad never wanted me. He would always say things like, "Man, if I hadn't lost those 18 years raising you, I could have been a rock star." Then he would always say he was kidding about that, but I never really believed him. I spent most of my life alone because my mother passed away when I was young, and I grew up on a farm where I didn't have too many friends. Then in college, I met my beautiful husband. He was and always will be the love of my life. He was a down-home Texan boy that treated me like gold and gave me everything a girl could dream of. We lived to make each other happy. After 6 years of marriage, I got that awful phone call from a police officer saying, "We regret to inform you that your husband was hit by a drunk driver while helping an elderly woman cross the street. The older woman survived, your husband did not." My entire world crashed down around me. I had a vision of my future with this man. We were supposed to have kids, buy a house together, and raise a family. Now all of that was gone. I spent 2 weeks sobbing, and my dad never visited me once. He sent me a text saying, "Life's hard sometimes." That was it. My dad always saw my husband as a threat. He never liked him. He would come over for a dinner that my husband would make and never say thank you. No matter how hard my husband would try and get on my dad's good side, he never did. My dad wasn't mean to him, he was just cold. My dad didn't show up to my high school or college graduation. Each time he would tell me some excuse like, "I had to work," or "I had the flu." They were excuses that could have been true, so it was always hard for me to blame him, even though he broke my heart over and over again. I have spent my life giving him the benefit of the doubt. My husband's parents came over immediately after he passed away and was there for me. We all grieved together and grew closer through the process. I felt so grateful to have someone I could share the pain with. The funeral came and my dad told me he would be there. I kept waiting and waiting for him to show up and he never did. I texted him, asking where he was, and I saw that he read my texts and chose to ignore them. Then I got a text from him that said, "On my way now. Had to pick up some beers. You're gonna pay me when the Broncos win, baby." He was going to a football watch party and texted the wrong person. So I texted back, "Enjoy your football party. You're dead to me." I meant that. And of course, he texted back, "Don't be dramatic." That was truly the final straw for me. I was done. My husband's family supported me through the funeral and at the service. As I was leaving the parking lot, I saw my idiot father pulling up in his car. He swerved into a parking spot and I watched him get out and go inside to an empty funeral home. He was 3 hours late. I left. He knew he messed up and tried to call and text me. Just like all the times in the past, he was expecting me to let it go and eventually forgive him. He had it very wrong this time. I ignored his calls for a week, so he decided to come over in person. I was in my living room with my husband's parents. He let himself in with his own key and said, "What's your problem? I've been calling you." I responded, so angry I could barely speak. I meant what I said. "We are done. I will never forgive you for this. I don't care what excuses you come up with. I'm done with your bullshit, you drunk, childish idiot." He smirked as if he didn't believe a word I just said. He grabbed a beer out of the fridge and my husband's dad asked me, "Do you want him out of your house? Because I'll do that for you." Funnily enough, he was an ex-football player and was a massive man. I nodded yes. He grabbed my dad by the shirt and tossed him out of the front door. He grabbed his keys so he couldn't ever get back in. The look on my dad's face as he stood out front and looked at me through the window was evident. All the regret, the shame, the guilt of what he's done to me all these years hit him all at once. He broke down on my doorstep. I closed the window blinds, shutting him out of my life forever. My husband's parents took me under their wing and showed up for me at every birthday, every anniversary, every special occasion. They became my parents. My bio dad ended up getting a DUI, wrecking his car and ending up in the hospital. I never visited him. I stuck to my word.